everyone, welcome to another Caffeine Entertainment video. It's Art here with a book review for The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. To my knowledge, this is a debut novel, A.J. Finn's first book. I have never heard of A.J. Finn before. It's a psychological thriller of sorts, kind of like The Woman in the Window, kind of Alfred Hitchcock-esque. However, it is not, to me, up to par. Now, let me give a little bit of a background that's on page 1. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Our main character is a child psychologist who suffers from agoraphobia, which means she can't go or doesn't want to go. She has a fear of going outside. She'd much rather be in the house, at home, in her comfort zone, and get everything delivered to her. Which I feel like A.J. Finn did that part right, because she gets most of her. She talks about Fresh Time. She talks about all the companies that deliver food, that deliver medicine. She talks about Amazon Prime. The fact that everything nowadays can be delivered to your door. As an aside, I'm getting over a little chest congestion and gunk, so if my voice goes in and out, that's why. I only have the cough left, but now back to the book. Which, another aside, you'll see with this. In YouTube time, you already know what this is. So, you already know what this is. But we'll get there as we get there. But I felt like it was hard to follow. It was hard to empathize with the character. Just like in the Hitchcock film, she sees a murder, or thinks she sees a murder from her window. And because she's on heavy psychological medicine to treat her agoraphobia, and she's a big wine drinker, she automatically becomes an unreliable narrator. So that right there is my first major problem with it, is that she's an unreliable narrator. Because you don't know who to trust in this book. A.J. Finn does allow for a lot of twists and turns, but the mere fact that I didn't care for the main character, the main character doesn't have to be likable, but the main character has to either be trustworthy for me, or at the very least, interesting. And she's not, in my opinion. I know this book is going around BookTube, as it was just released this month, or by the time you're seeing this, last month, in January. But I think it needs to be a better book. For most readers, I think it's going to be hard to follow. For me, it was, you had to concentrate on it pretty tight, because at one point she flashes back and then flashes forward and then flashes back in one section. She has the book separated out into dates, which is whatever. You're either going to have parts or you're going to have dates. She has dates, that's fine. I don't think I would eliminate A.J. Finn from being read again. But for a debut novel, Girl on the Train, this is not. You know, Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris, this is not. A.J. Finn's Woman in a Window tries too hard to fit into the trope, and for that reason falls drastically short. I've been struggling this entire time doing this review, trying to think of a rating, and in my personal rating system, it's a borrow it from your library, don't buy it. But as far as GoodReads goes, I'd say probably a 2 or a 3. You'll have to check the link down below for my GoodReads page when this goes up to see what I actually rated. But it's probably going to be a 2 or a 3. I am very, very glad that Audible has their, if you don't like it, you can return a policy, because I know the exact book I'm going to get. It's going to be Hellbent by Greg Horowitz, which is book 3 in the Orphan X series, and I love that series very, very much. With that said, I'm going to get out of here before my voice cracks too much more. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Like clockwork. Please comment down below what you thought of The Woman in the Window, if you've read it, if you want to read it, or a book that may be better than The Woman in the Window. Without further ado, I say happy reading and peace.